And we're back. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that, like, I've been spending a lot of time, like, kind of, like, just so focused, like, on trying to, like, build a bunch of stuff. And I, like, forget to, like, just take time to just let things be. And so earlier in the stream, just before I, you know, in the previous stream, just now, like, I was just kind of spacing out for a bit. And we're still doing that, okay? I like the term spacing out because it implies that you're spacing your mind apart. Like you're giving it its space, you know? And I don't know, I just think that, you know, sometimes I feel like I spend way too much time, like, worried so much about being productive, like always getting work done, always doing something, always trying to, like, grow my channel, or always, and it's like, I need to just, like, I just need to let my brain just defrag, man. It's okay, like, you just stop working so hard. Okay, just relax. Just relax. 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 Okay, so seriously, I need to relax. And you know, sometimes going live actually kind of forces me to think a certain way. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Because it's like, I don't know. If I'm not on stream, like, I just kind of, like, revert to my usual stuff, which sometimes can be way too much. It's like I'll be working on way too much stuff, or I'll just get completely the opposite. Like, I'll get way too sluggish. Like, I'll binge watch Netflix, like, endlessly. And I don't know, I feel like there's an in-between, okay? Like there's gotta be a place where I'm not stressing out, but I'm also not, like, getting too relaxed for too long. Like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, who am I kidding? Like, I don't need to be working so hard. I have, like, no reason, okay? Like, just so stressed out. Over what? Like, over, like my own bullshit, you know? It's like trying to get stuff done, but there's no end to it. It's just like this big ethereal, like idea that I have about my life, and I'm trying to reach it, and I'm just putting so much work into it, but, like, you need to take a step back. You need to relax. You need to relax, okay? Just relax. 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 Okay? You need to relax. Because, I mean, if you work too hard, you're just gonna get, like, stressed out. And you're not gonna do as good work, you know? You keep doing this to yourself, Rebecca. You keep doing it to yourself. Man, I wish you would just learn how to relax. But, you know, that's kind of the nature of it. Like, this life that we live in is like, nothing we ever get is ever gonna be fully enough, you know? We just have to constantly, like, work for that next thing. She, her pronouns. Are your pronouns daddy? You don't, not he, him. Your pronouns aren't he or him. Your pronouns are daddy. Well, I don't know how to help you, but I'll just call you Quick Zello. How about that? How about that? Yeah, Quicks, I hope you're having a good night. I hope you're relaxed. You know, you work so hard during the week. And it's like, if you just keep working and just keep grinding yourself into the frickin' pavement, you're gonna lose teeth. You know, you're gonna be all worn out. And that's what I keep doing. I keep like straight into the frickin' pavement all the time. People might not think I am, but I am. Like, I'm a workaholic. I don't think people really understand. Because people only see like what they want to see. Like they look at like what I'm doing and they like, oh, you don't even have a job, you're not doing anything. It's like, well, like that's irrelevant, you know? It's irrelevant. Cause you know, inside in my brain, like I'm just like a workaholic. It's like non-stop. I can't turn it off. I got like this weird experiment with my hair going. Got like this like big giant wasp nest here. It's kind of cool, but I think I need to do it better. I need to plan it better. And there needs to be some planning with this, okay? Like this thing, whatever this is. But I don't know. It's just like I really don't know what to really don't know what to do. Sometimes, you know, like sometimes I'm just like, I have to keep myself busy. I have to be like coming up with some ideas, or I have to like, I don't know, I feel like there's this like, I want to accomplish a lot of the things, and then it's like I know I have to do the work, and I'm trying to do the work, but once I get to the point where I'm like doing the work, it's like I'm trying to force myself. I'm like, okay, ready to work, let's go. Let's go. But it's like I have no steam left. It's just, it's all gone. There's nothing left. And I'm exhausted. But, you know, it's okay. We're gonna get back to, some kind of equilibrium at some point. Not sure. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because it's like, I try to like find my way in life, you know? But it's like, what am I even gonna do? And I put so much energy into trying to figure it out, to the point where I'm just like stressed out beyond anything. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like, you know, I could just give up and just stop trying. I can't do that. Like, I literally can't. Like giving up is not an option. Because, like, I just can't give up. Like, as soon as I, like, stop, I'll just start up again. Like, I'm a workaholic. I have to constantly be working. Even if it's, like, even if I'm not accomplishing anything, that's the worst part. And it's like, it's one thing if you're a workaholic and you're actually being productive. If you're actually doing something. It's like I'm a workaholic without the good part. Like I'm a workaholic, but like with all the bad parts. I don't get anything done. I don't have any financial success because of it. It's just miserable. And I'm lonely. It sucks. I'm like desperately alone. It's so fucked up. But, you know, it's not going to be like this forever, you know? You know, we're going to get through this pandemic. People are going to be a lot more empathetic, I think, on average. I feel like a lot more people understand now what it's like to be in depression for long periods of time. Because there's a specific depression that we've all been getting from COVID, quarantining. Just from the whole, like, exhausting, just everything that's been going on back to back to back. I feel like most people form some kind of depression based around COVID. And hopefully more people can have empathy for those of us who have depression all the time, even after COVID's over. I can only hope that people will develop empathy for us. Because I'm depressed year-round, like every day. It doesn't go away. I mean, it gets easier to manage. But like, I'm depressed year-round, okay? Like... yeah, I just... I don't know. You know, something will work out. I can't just like be hopeless. You know, I'm doing what I can. And you know, something's gonna work. Whatever it is. Doesn't have to be hopeless, you know? There's a place for me. It's just I have to learn how to be patient. Like there's a lot of stuff that has to happen and it takes a lot of time and effort and luck. But, you know, I'm gonna get there. Get to a place in my life where things are stable, where I have control, where I can take charge and give direction to my own life, have independence. I will be there. Might even be sooner than I think, you know? But, you know, it's still a lot of unknowns. don't know. There's just like so much shit, you know? Like, yeah, sometimes I have a lot of fun. I'll do silly things on stream. And other times I just, like, you know, it's like, who am I kidding? You know, it's like, I can't stay in character all the time. You know, it's... It's just kind of frustrating. I don't know how people can do it in this world. People are able to put on a mask, figuratively, and pretend to be somebody else. And I don't know how to do that. I can only be myself. And I don't know, maybe you could argue that that's a good thing. There's a lot of fake people in the world and I'm not. It can just be so painful because these people are usually the people who have the most financial success. They're able to be stable. They're able to be financially secured. They can take care of their lives. They can take charge. Because they're able to put on a mask every time they're around people. I don't have that ability. Because any mask I put on is going to be a Rebecca mask. They all have my face on it. And you know, it's like people can see. It's like an invisible mask. Has no effect. I don't know, maybe I can make that work for me somehow, and I just don't know how. I don't know what it's gonna look like. All I know is that, you know, I have to be in charge of myself. I have to, like, take care of myself. I have to do what feels good for me, you know? Whatever it is. I don't know, it's just really exhausting. I'm trying to get through this world. Just trying to make it to this life. Hopefully I have a lot more time to get it to work. If I'm lucky. You know, I'm only 33. There's a lot of life left. And, you know, my life is just picking up. And things are gonna be okay. Yeah, we are the same age. Things are picking up. You know, I'm getting stuff together. It's just, I feel like this big blank space. You know, it's like I need to learn how to slow down. Because I try too hard. And it's like I need to not spend all my energy. Wow, Lieutenant Worm. Or is it Loot Worm? Loot Worm. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, reflective streams. I did a chess stream earlier in the morning. Then I had, like, a lazy, like, Zelda stream. I played some Game Boy. Our specific cohort got super fucked by the recession. Go us. Oh, God. It's okay. We're gonna get out of all this, you know. Help is on the way, you know? And you know, we've braced ourselves for no help, so any amount of help is... It's just a plus, you know? It's like, But you know, all that stuff is out of my control, mostly. You know, I can speak up about things, but in the end, you know, I'm pretty powerless to change, you know, stuff in general society and also stuff in the government. Pretty powerless. Oh, nice. I got my second Pfizer vaccine on Thursday. I was so freaking dead. Like, I had such a high fever. My whole body was shivering. Like, I thought I was gonna die. That's how you're supposed to feel, because it's like your body building up your immune system. It's what it does. It's your body doing what it's supposed to do. But, you know, I'm trying to think more about, like, what I can do. Because, you know, I can't control the government. I can't control society in general. And so often it's so easy for me to just get angry at people and get angry at the government and get angry at everything else. And obviously I am trying to do what's under my control, but sometimes I'm just so powerless. Yeah, it'd be nice because like most countries in the world, if you get sick, you wear a mask. And now I think, you know, I'm kind of not very... I mean, obviously the smart people will continue to do that. Like I will. If I have to go out in public and I'm sick, I'm wearing a mask. The cool thing is now everybody has a mask. So, but, you know, the thing is like there's going to be so many people who are never going to wear a mask again until the government mandates it again. It's so frustrating. And people are just going to go right back to what they were doing before. It's so frustrating. But like I said, it's so easy to get angry at outside factors. I can't control these people. I can't, you know, it's easy to get mad at them. It's easy to get mad at transphobes or homophobes or racist people or, you know, or the government. That's like, it's easy to get mad at them and it's not effective at all. It's like I'm getting angry and I'm doing nothing with it, like, and I'm accomplishing nothing. And yeah, I mean, it's important to like speak out against it. But you know, at a certain point, I need to work on myself, and I'm trying so hard. You know, I'm like trying to take like what I have available to me and trying to create something. I don't know what it looks like. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to get started. I just have this big, massive, like, general plans and ideas, but they're just stuck in like this potential stage, you know? Like as soon as I try to do something with it, it's just like it's like stuck. Like I'm stuck inside a cage in my mind. That like I just can't get creative. I can't get outside of what I'm used to. Well, I mean, I'm on the spectrum. It's not ADHD. It's another neuroatypical thing. Neurodivergent. It's just, you know, a lot of things on the spectrum and also on ADHD, like a lot of stuff like that are on different neurodivergence. A lot of them share the same things. Like executive dysfunction, which is what I have. Now, the thing is I want to start and I want to finish, but I don't have any. It's like I have an empty slate. Like it's just like empty. Like it's a blank sheet of paper. Always, like, no matter. It's like I have like all this stuff that I want to do, and I don't know what to do with it. Oh wow. That's exciting that you're gonna open a time capsule. Oh God, that's not funny. Please don't humor like that. That's really dark. I was getting excited for a second. I was like, you're God, jeez, that's mean. Don't do jokes like that ever again, please. You know who? Jeez, I was really happy for you until I read the end of it. You got me. With your copy pasta. Jeez. Oh, God. Come on. Really? Really? Oh, right. Yeah, because you're a cat person. That's a perfectly fine joke for you. I mean, that's just mean. Yeah, I mean, it's like I have this like giant like intention, like I want to finish my novel. I want to finish my I want to write essays, to create video essays for YouTube. I want to like make content, and I have all these desires to make content. But when it comes to actually like brainstorming ideas, I'm like, what am I even gonna do? Like, it's just like bleh. Bleh, bleh. Yeah, let's take a step back from those jokes a little bit before it gets a little too dark. Yeah, because Time Zombie, even you, like, that, I don't know if you, okay. I think I've banned that person before. That's a little one too many dark jokes, okay? Just a bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, well, that wasn't even really a slow burn. I've had a troll who spent like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month playing chess with me and like having conversations with me. This person's name was Boko Yolo. Boko Yolo. I think it was Boko Yolo. It went like a month. This person went on for a month or longer of being my friend. Like, not even like pretending. Like, it was like, well, they were pretending, obviously. Yeah, that was some patience. I was like banned, but you know, good try. You've been like the most patient troll I've ever seen. Like, first of all, the person was their account on chess.com ended up being like banned for cheating, and then I was like, oh, what's this? And then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play you anymore. And then I mean, I don't know, they weren't banned, they were just like, it was on a different website, and they tried to explain it like, oh, it was because they thought I was cheating, and I'm like, it was on Chess, and I'm like, okay, and they were playing me on chess.com, and then like I stepped away to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, there was a whole bunch of transphobic slurs, and I'm like, what? Like, you've been my friend for like a whole month on stream, and now you're just randomly spamming transphobic shit, like basically try to do like, gotcha, I'm not really your friend, blah 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 blah, and it's like, I'm like, okay, ban. No, it was not like that. It was not Tourette's, okay? It was deliberate, okay? But you I'm gonna get through this. A lot of it is just COVID, and a lot of it is just, I just need to stay the course. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep doing what I'm doing, because I'm doing a lot. And, streams like this, and, obviously the one before it, where I was just kind of spaced out for a while. I restarted the stream when I wanted to say something. No, the biggest thing is, like, even though, like, I've just been really spaced out, like, this past evening, like, this morning, I did a chess stream, okay? And I've been, like, working on my writing, and I haven't played my music for a few weeks, but, I've been doing that. And, I have all sorts of stuff going for me, and, I'm gonna make something work. I just don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know whether or not it's gonna really work out. But, something is gonna work. It's gonna have to. You throw enough shit at the wall and eventually something's gonna stick. What a name. What a name. Please keep licking. Are you serious? Okay, anyway, I just thought I would, like, kind of, put that out there, that... Come on, Clizzy, be a little bit less Coomer, please. I am a trans woman. I am a woman who happens to be trans. She, her pronouns. Welcome to the stream. This is a really weird stream. I generally don't just, like... I need to do more streams like this, really, where I just kind of just, Come on, dude. I need to do more streams where I just kind of, like, just relax. Instead of trying to be, like, entertaining the whole time. Because I need time to just kind of, like, pontificate. Just call me Rebecca, or she, her pronouns, or Supreme Goddess. You alien. Okay. Well, I haven't seen those people for a while. Those, Yeah, I'm good at it, Time Zombie. I'm good at it. I've been doing this for a while, okay? It's a lot harder if I'm playing, like, a full-screen game, because then I have to alt-tab. But I can generally do it pretty fast. I mean, I can see the signs. Like, I know what the patterns are. I know what they are. Fastest gun in the West, okay? Yeah. Things are going on. Things are going. Like, I need to, like, look at the bigger picture. Things are going pretty great for my life right now. I got all 3 of my approval letters for bottom surgery. But I don't know how long the waiting list is. My doctor kind of gave me a realistic timeline of at least a year and a half, possibly 2 years or longer. Probably a maximum of 4 years, and my doctors are pretty sure that it's not going to take 4 years. Even 2 years is a long time. It's more like a year to a year and a half, most likely, if I'm lucky. Maybe even less. Yeah, I mean, I have a different kind of personality. It's been like this my whole life, okay? It's not just me specifically, though, because, like, there's other trans people. I don't know. Every single trans person I know seems to get the same kind of copy pasta. I think it's just being trans. But, Vosh actually said something that was actually really stuck with me. He was talking about, like, over 100 years ago, the Catholic Church, hundreds of years ago, the Catholic Church considered people who are left-handed to be sinners and to be against God. And if you're left-handed, that it was a lifestyle, and that you were like, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Huh. They're like, but it's ridiculous. You know, the good news, it's sad news that it's been taking so long, but the good news is that people generally don't do that anymore. People generally don't shame people for being left-handed. So there's some good news there. But the sad news is that who's next after trans people? I don't even want it. Like, who's next? What, are just like cisgender white hetero people next? Like, are they just gonna hate themselves? Oh wow, yeah, that's messed up. And yeah, that seems to be a rare case where it's still in effect. But in most people would be considered ridiculous for thinking that being left-handed is like against God or something in the Catholic circles. Dilbert. Oh God. Jeez. I love Dilbert. Oh, he went full Trump supporter? Oh God. I didn't even know about that. I mean, I like the Dilbert comics. It just sucks. You know, it's just like some people, man. But like, again, you know, it's so easy for me to get angry at the outside world. And also it's so easy to get angry at myself. And I think the biggest thing, I think the biggest thing is that, like, I need to focus on what I can do and what I can change. And I'm working on that right now with my doctors and with my therapist. We're actively working on strategies. We're actively working, I don't know. Right now, I'm just holding on right now. Like, I'm just waiting. Like, there's no real plan except for just doing the work that I'm doing. It's like I'm just showing up and doing the work. I don't know. I just feel like I could be doing more. I feel like I could be building some kind of career right now. But I don't know. We're gonna get there, okay? I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know how to make anything work that people have told me my whole life that, like, oh, you should be a professional ... You should be a professional computer programmer. You should be a professional model. You should be a professional musician. You should, and it's like people say, like, you have all these skills that you can earn a living on, and I've never been able to make any of them work. And it makes me doubt myself so much. Because it's like, if I was so good at these things, why haven't I been able to figure out how to make money from them? When so many other people have. Like, it's frustrating. When it's like your whole life people tell you you're talented at so many different things. But I don't know, maybe something will happen at some point. And I'll never look back. Hey, Neat Dreams. But you know, whatever it was, you know, whatever it is, I'm gonna know it when I see it. And I just have to be on the lookout. And I have to keep strong and just keep working on all of it. It's easy to say that until you're in the field full of all the rest of the people who have been told that their whole life. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, you know, if you're the big fish in the small pond, it's you know, it's pretty obvious. But then it's like everybody you're competing with in the world is also that big fish. Yeah, I mean, imposter syndrome's a very real thing, Time Zombie. It's so frustrating. And it's even worse when there's people who accuse you of being narcissistic, or accuse you of being, you know, having Dunning-Kruger effect. But you know, I'm doing a lot of work for moving forward. You know, I'm getting stuff started. that I've had on pause for years. You know, you know, it all started with my transition, and then everything else is coming into place. All the other stuff. I started opening up a Word document. I started writing my fiction again, and doing it on stream was really helpful because it's like it gives me motivation. And you know, I want to write essays again and put those on YouTube, and hopefully those can be really good content. But I need to actually do it, and a lot of that is helped by streaming it on Twitch, because it's like, even though, like, yeah, people say like, oh, you know, you should just work with the door closed. Writers say that all the time. Writers say, oh, you should write with the door closed. You know, you need to have everything just isolated to yourself. But the thing is I've been trying to do that for years, and I haven't even written on my novel since 2017. I wrote it for 3 years, but even that first year was only like a month. I waited several months, and then I wrote like a little bit throughout the year of 2015. Like, I started it November 2014. I wrote 50,000 words in a single month, and then I set it down for like a few months, and then in 2015 I kind of just every now and then wrote a bit of it, and you know, until 2017, you know, I ended up getting like 150,000 words total, and it's a big giant mess of a draft. And so I decided to just you know, start the rewrite with all the information I've gathered from the first draft. It's just like, oh, thank you, Neat Dreams. I'm doing some weird thing with like a clip, and it's like on top, and it's like a freaking hornet's nest. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying different things with my hair lately. I you know, the whole part in the middle thing is like, Murakami said, make a single point with a pencil on a paper, then focus on it for hours. Yeah, that's kind of what I do with Twitch. Like, when I'm streaming, I feel really focused, and that's why I open up my Word document. I do a different kind of stream sometimes where I just don't have my camera on, which means I don't have my light on, which means that I'm also like I'm not focusing on like being on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to like be on like I am now. And that really helped with my writing, because it was just like a Word document, and I switched to push to talk on my microphone. So it's like I don't even have to talk and if I want to, I just press a button to talk. If somebody pops in, or because it's not really an entertainment stream, it's more like a workshop. It's like I'm workshopping on my writing, and it's open, like it's public. It's a public workshop, and I kind of like those streams. It helps me get a lot of writing done, and hopefully I can do more of those. I think I'm gonna do one tomorrow. But I think I have a classical chess game tomorrow. I was supposed to have one today, but the person had another classical game scheduled. I've been playing the same two people for the past few weeks. I've been playing a classical game with a person who's 1,000 points higher rated and a person who's similar rating. So it's kind of interesting. I get the best of both. I get somebody who's higher skill and somebody who's similar skill, which is great. So I can learn from both of those games each week. But this week I think you know, I haven't even confirmed with the other opponent. So if it is true, then tomorrow afternoon I will have a game with the similar rating opponent. Yeah, of course, you know, like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm definitely working on chess. So if nothing else works, chess will eventually work, you know? You put enough time and effort, you do all the right things, eventually your chess is gonna catch up, you know? You know, it's kind of inevitable. If you do the right things, which I'm doing. Playing classical games, analyzing my games, getting lessons. You know, I'm getting lessons each week now. I didn't take lessons the past 2 weeks because of, you know, just a little bit overwhelmed lately. But, you know, she's okay with it, and, you know, she's okay with taking days off. You know, Sophie Rose X3, if you want, you must know. New stream Shogi, literally have 2 European champions show up. Yeah, Shogi's interesting. Shogi's a very tight-knit community. And like I said, I feel kind of bad that I haven't been streaming Shogi, but like I said, you know, I've been so focused on chess. Like, it's really hard to focus on both. I really want to focus on Shogi, and I also really want to focus on Go. It's like there's only so much you can do at once, and I'm in a chess period of my life right now. So there will be a time for Shogi, and there will be a time for Go. But right now it's just like I'm hyper focused. Like, nice. I'm glad it's getting stronger, and I would love to be a part of it. I would like to do more Shogi streams, but it's really hard to like continually show up to it. Oh, Shogi is now more popular than Crazy House? That's awesome. Well, I mean, I don't know, like I'd like to get involved with, like, you know, like, because you've continually supported my stream, and I feel bad that I haven't played Shogi, because, like, you know, I have a lot of potential allies. I already have several allies in the Shogi community, and it's like, why am I not streaming in the Shogi chat? You know, why am I not streaming Shogi, like, or Go even? I have people who only show up when I stream Go. like there's people that only show up when I play Go. It's kind of interesting. You know, Go and Shogi are very unique categories. It's like, sometimes you're going to be the only one in streaming, and as soon as you start streaming, someone's going to show up. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why I'm not doing that. The thing is, I think it's because I don't want to be shameless. I don't want to do it just to promote my channel. Like, I actually want to take Shogi seriously, or Go seriously. Here's a random person with too much money doesn't deserve. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's not about, like, expectations or anything. It's just like, I feel like I'm letting you down, even though you say I'm not. Like I want to do Shogi, and like I did play Shogi with a friend of mine. I don't know. Every time you come by, I keep telling you that I'm going to commit to doing more Shogi, and then I don't. It sucks. But I think I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll do a Shogi stream tomorrow. We'll start with that. Okay, then that's all anybody can ask for, you know? That's all anybody can do, is they can just make a decision, move forward with that decision, and whatever results happen are gonna happen, and you can reassess what the next decision is afterwards. And so I'm gonna make that commitment. I'm gonna make that commitment. Tomorrow I will do a Shogi stream. I am going to bed very shortly, and I'll probably be up at around 6 a.m. PST. I usually wake up like between 4 and 6 nowadays. I was deliberately working on resetting my sleep schedule back. But thank you for stopping by, and thank you so much for your kindness. And I hope to see you in the future. I hope to play Shogi with you again, and it'd be awesome. Bye.